Everyone, Danny here. Welcome back for another week of Thank You Very Much Thursday. I am so excited to be here with you all. Thank you guys so much for the love, the care, the support as I dealt with my pulled muscle in my back this week. I'm just like looking at myself and still seeing that I am crooked, but I'm healing, and so if I seem to move a little funny at all or anything like that, it's still because I'm just a little bit sensitive and still hurts, but definitely getting better. So icing is helping. Ice baby. Today we're going to get into some Elvis. So the first thing that we're going to check out is an interview. This is a live interview of Elvis from 1956. This is sort of when he first was blowing up, getting big, becoming a huge star. So let's check this early interview of Elvis out together.
To get right into action immediately with the most controversial entertainer of the year, well, you'll hear who. Hi. I have Elvis Presley on the phone. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, Elvis. Just one moment.
Hello, Elvis.
Hello?
Did you have fun tonight on the Steve Allen Show?
Yes, sir, I really did. I really enjoyed it.
First time you ever worked in tux or tails?
It's the first time I ever had one on, period.
You mean you've got, as they say, 4 Cadillacs, but no tuxedos?
No tuxedo. I usually drive the Cadillacs in blue jeans.
That's very interesting, particularly when a cop stops you and wants to know if you own the car, huh?
That's right. You have to show them all your ownership papers and everything. That's right.
You know, less than 2 years ago, you were earning $14 a week as a movie usher, and then $35 a week for driving a truck in Memphis. Today, you're the most controversial name in show business. Has this sudden notoriety affected your sleep, your appetite, or the size of your head?
Not the size of my head. It's affected my sleep.
How much sleep do you get?
Oh, I average about 4 or 5 hours a night, I guess.
Is that enough?
No, it's really not, but I'm used to it, and I can't sleep any longer.
What do you keep in mind mostly? I mean, some of the songs you're going to do, or some of your plans, or what? What goes through your mind?
Well, everything has happened to me so fast in the last year and a half till I'm all mixed up, you know. I mean, I can't keep up with everything that's happening. And
well, I think that you've got very good company in Colonel Tom Parker. His feet are on the ground, and I think he's doing a wonderful job of keeping things rolling nicely. You know, I want to give you an opportunity here to go over a lot of the rumors that have been printed about you, including a few that I printed myself, because some of these things can be checked and some can't. And
It's interesting, right? After seeing the movie and seeing how the Colonel Tom Parker was the role that he played in Elvis's life, and sort of the way that he steered Elvis's career and how positively they're talking about him here, and then just thinking of how he was maybe selfishly making decisions for Elvis that he shouldn't have been making. So interesting.
I think that we ought to sort of fix up the record. Now, your style of gyrating while you sing has been bitterly criticized, even by usually mild and gentle TV critics like Ben Gross. Now, do you bear any animosity towards these critics?
Well, not really. Those people have a job to do, and they do it.
And do you think you've learned anything from the criticism leveled at you?
No, I haven't.
You haven't, huh?
Because I don't feel that I'm doing anything wrong.
Do you read the stuff?
Do I read? You mean
The reviews?
Not if I can help it.
Do you keep a scrapbook at all?
Only of the good stuff.
Only on the good stuff. That's smart. Tell me, what kind of a teenager were you? Did you consider yourself well-behaved?
Yes. Well, I was raised,
Yeah.
in a pretty decent home and everything. My folks always made me behave whether I wanted to or not.
Well, how do they feel about your success and the things that some of the critics have said about you, both good and bad?
Well, I guess they're just like myself. They're very thankful for it. I mean, we always led a kind of a common life. We never had any luxuries, but we were never real hungry,
Mm-hmm.
And I guess they're just, they're real proud, just like I am.
Well, now, There were 2 or 3 columns this week that carried items that you had bought 4 Cadillacs. Now, what is that of that, Elvis?
It's
And what?
it's the truth. I do have 4 Cadillacs.
What do you do with 4 Caddies?
Well, I don't know. I haven't got any use for 4. I just, maybe someday I'll go broke and I can sell a couple of them.
Well, some people collect.
He's so sweet and so pure and so just honest and humble. You can see that he's a little bit like embarrassed by that, and just his mannerisms and his way of speaking, they just come across as very truthful and sweet and kind.
Stamps and government funds. I guess Cadillacs are probably in the same category. I understand you gave one of them to your folks. Is that right?
Well, anything that's mine is theirs. I mean, all 4 of them is theirs. I'm
So sweet, so sweet. Shows his character and who he is. Anything that's his is also his parents.
I'm planning for 7. I mean, I want 7.
You want 7, huh?
Yes.
Well, you know what's going to happen. You'll wind up outdoing Carey. It'll be the Presley Car Renting Corporation.
Yeah, I was thinking about the Presley used car lot,
Yeah, I understand that you bought a home for your folks, and even though your father is only 39, you've insisted that he retire. Is that true?
Yes. Well, he's more help. I mean, he's more help at home than he is anywhere else because he can take care of all my business. He can, he can look after things when I'm gone.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that's very smart. On your personal appearances, you create a sort of mass hysteria amongst your audiences of teenagers. Is your shaking and quaking in the nature of an involuntary response to this hysteria?
Would you say that again, sir?
Well, I say that when you shake and you quake when you sing, is that sort of an involuntary response to the hysteria of your audience?
Involuntary?
Yeah.
Well, I'm aware of everything I do at all times, but it's just the way I feel.
I mean, for example, if somebody is playing ball, they play just a little bit harder when the fans root, and I was wondering whether this had anything to do with
sure. Well, I guess any artist, if the audience acts like they're enjoying it, if they act like they're with you, well, it makes you put more into it,
Mm-hmm. Do you think that your rocking and rolling has had an evil influence on teenagers, or you think it gives them an outlet?
I don't see that any type of music would have any bad influence on people when it's only a music. I mean, I can't figure it out. I mean, in a lot of the papers, I say rock and roll is a big influence on juvenile delinquency. I don't think that it is. Juvenile delinquency is something that's... it's just, I don't know how to explain it, but I don't see how music would have anything to do with it at all.
I understand that Mitch Miller of Columbia Records defines rock and roll as a safe form of rebellion against mother, father, and teacher. Do you go along with this analysis?
I don't exactly know what he means by rebellion. I mean, how would rock and roll music make anybody rebel against their parents?
Well, I guess that answers Mr. Miller. Now, I've got a couple of questions here I'd like to sort of clear up. One of them, and it's sort of a silly one to me, after having talked with you at some length earlier. What about the rumor that you once shot your mother?
Well, I think that one takes the cake. I mean, that's about the funniest one I've ever heard.
Where'd that one come from? Have you any idea?
I have no idea. I can't imagine. When you mentioned it to me, it's the first time I ever heard it.
Is that right?
First time I ever heard it.
Well, there's another one, too, you may not have heard before. Several newspaper stories hinted that you smoked marijuana to hit the bottle in order to work yourself into a frenzy while singing. What about that?
I don't know.
You won't even bother answering that one. Well, here's a one that's very interesting. I don't know whether you noticed the column the other day. They predict that Elvis Presley will be another James Dean. Now, have you heard that?
I've heard something about it. But I would never compare myself in any way to James Dean because James Dean was a genius in acting.
Mm-hmm.
Although I'll say that I sure would like to. I mean, I guess there's a lot of actors in Hollywood that would like to have had the ability that James Dean had.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I would never compare myself with James Dean in any way.
Now, if you had your choice, would you prefer to be
See how humble he is, and just how he, he won't compare himself to somebody that he reveres as, he calls him, a genius in acting. And Elvis, is a genius in music, an incredible actor as well. And, he's just not stuck up in any way. And those rumors, his reaction there, he's like literally sitting like this when they're talking about the rumor that he shot his mother, how ridiculous, especially knowing how much Elvis loved and cared for and adored and admired his mom, and their relationship, how close they were. It's just like so crazy that, that was even ever a rumor. It's just absurd. And his reaction was just like, oh my God, what am I sitting here listening to? Too funny.
Actor than to be a singing entertainer?
If I were a good actor, of course I'm not a good singer, but if I were a good actor, I think that I would like it a little better. Although, if I ever break into the acting completely, I'll still continue my singing. I'll still continue making records.
Well, that's always a very, very good sideline. Well, it was just fine talking with you, and I hope that you'll enjoy a long career, whether it's acting or anything else. And I think that all of the things said about you, while they've been extremely critical, I think they have helped to make you the kind of a big name that has made it possible for you to do the things for your folks you always wanted to. So I sort of think I'd look at it that way, Elvis.
Well, sir, I tell you, you got to accept the bad along with the good. I've been getting some very, very good publicity. The press has been real wonderful to me, and then I've been getting some bad publicity, but you got to expect that. And I know that, I'm doing the best I can, and I have never turned a reporter down. I never turned a disc jockey down, because they're the people that help make in this business. And as long as I know that I'm doing the best I can, that's...
No, you can't be expected to do any more, and I want to tell you it's just been swell talking with you, and you make a lot of sense.
Thank you very much.
Give my best to the Colonel now.
Sure will.
Bye-bye.
So cool to hear him talk like that when he was so early on in his career, and he really didn't know what was to come for him, and just how much fame he would get, and how, still, even when he left us, right, he didn't know the longevity of his career, and that people would still be talking about him today. Generations would still be becoming fans of his today. Simply amazing. And he was just so level-headed, so even-keeled. He had such a great perspective on, along with the good, you have to expect the bad, and you have to know that these critics are also, they're kind of wired here, and that, not everybody's going to have something good to say. He said at the beginning of the interview that they're doing a job also. They have to write these columns. They have to come up with these catchy headlines and things like that. So he didn't let it get him down, and he didn't have a bad attitude about it, or let it affect sort of, what he was setting out to do and what he believed in, which was making his music. And he, knew that it's nonsense, that it was having a negative effect on teenagers and this and that, and making teenagers rebel. He's like, it's music. How could music have a bad effect on anybody? So he just stayed true to himself in that interview. He so simply just gave his answers, and, he said he never turns away an interview, a disc jockey, any of that. Those people put him where he is, and just really great. He was just so calm, mature, collected, just really amazing. So that was awesome, and I want to check out more of those interviews. So send me links if you have them, and I will see you guys soon. I hope that you enjoyed this different Thank You Very Much Thursday. It was a fun one. Bye, guys.